And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are gonna be pissed.
It started with an explosion, not a whistle. Angel Reese didn't just lose a sponsorship, she detonated on Caitlin Clark like a live grenade. 1 second, she was the it girl of women's hoops. The next, she was torching her rival in public after the kind of business blow that can cripple a career. The air wasn't just tense, it was toxic, the kind of moment you can feel through a screen. And trust me, this wasn't a petty spat. This was the sound of a brand in freefall.
So, Ice Cube, you see the headline from TMZ. Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer was only for Caitlin Clark. Oh, fuck. It's about to get ugly.
But wait, this wasn't some random emotional flare-up. Behind the polished Instagram posts and flashy courtside fits, something darker was brewing. Collapsed deals, sponsors slamming doors, and a spotlight swinging violently towards someone else. You could almost hear the click as the cameras pivoted. This wasn't just gossip. This was a turning point. Stick around, because the deeper you go, the messier it gets. And believe me, the mess has only begun.
TMZ Sports caught up with Ice Cube himself at LAX this week. And the Big Three honcho said that there will be no deal put in front of Angel Reese anytime soon.
It all ignited with a headline bomb. Ice Cube, yes, that Ice Cube, drops a public $5 million offer on Caitlin Clark to join his Big Three league. The internet goes nuclear. Fans flood timelines, newsrooms scramble. And Angel Reese? She's not even in the conversation. No shout-out, no hint, not even a throwaway mention. Then, the TMZ ambush. Cube, cornered at LAX, gets hit with the question, would Angel get the same deal? His answer was a cold, unblinking no. No stutter, no PR spin, just a guillotine drop. From that moment, Angel went from contender to spectator. It wasn't shade anymore. It was strategy. And when sponsors heard Cube flatly say Clark makes money and Angel doesn't, the market moved like a stampede. Overnight, Bayou Barbie stopped being a buzzword and started being a liability.
Explain that the snub wasn't personal, but it was business. That's all it is, business. Y'all gonna make it personal though. Just like y'all making it personal with Candace Parker. Y'all make it personal with anybody who does not lie and pretend like they are on the same level. That's all y'all gonna do. That's all y'all gonna do.
Let's stop pretending this is about personalities or vibes. This is about raw value. The kind of value you can measure in sold-out arenas, overflowing merch tables, and 0 empty seats. Caitlin Clark isn't just valuable. She's an ATM in basketball shoes. When she steps onto the court, attendance jumps by an insane 105%. Her jersey sales spike over 1,000%. And the average crowd swells to over 15,000 screaming fans. That's not PR fluff. That's hard, unshakable revenue. And sponsors? They don't need a PowerPoint presentation when Clark's in the room. She sells herself. Angel Reese, on the other hand, brings flair, headlines, and drama. But brands aren't gambling millions on Twitter feuds. They want safety, polish, and reliability. Caitlin shakes hands like a CEO, credits her teammates, and walks away spotless. Angel taunts opponents, baits rivalries, and lets her personality overshadow her play. And then came the $1,000 sneaker pitch rumor. Whether true or not, perception hardened like concrete. And in branding, perception is the currency. Caitlin's balance is overflowing. Angel's account is in overdraft. This isn't about who's better on paper. It's about who's better for the bottom line. And right now, the market's made its choice. But here's the kicker. This story is just starting to heat up.
I don't really get to stand up for myself. I mean, I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time.
There was a time Angel Reese was the marketing dream every sports brand prayed for. The lashes, the nails, the unapologetic confidence. Bayou Barbie wasn't just a nickname, it was a fully loaded identity. Her viral "You Can't See Me" moment turned her into the face of women's basketball's swagger era. But the WNBA is a different beast. Here, the game is brutal, the season is long, and the audience is ruthless. Reese's stats started wobbling, her play inconsistent. And her biggest moments were happening on TikTok instead of the court. When Ice Cube passed on her for the Big 3 deal, it wasn't personal. It was a business execution, and that execution had consequences. The brand deals didn't implode in scandal. They vanished in silence. No more glossy skincare campaigns. No more fizzy drink endorsements. Even that crypto partnership disappeared like it was never inked. Behind the scenes, her team scrambled for opportunities, but the phone wasn't ringing. Angel herself began hinting at being silenced and targeted, but the loudest silence was coming from the companies that once chased her. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark kept dropping records, pulling crowds, and cashing in. Angel was left trying to make noise just to remind people she was still in the game. And in this business, once the buzz dies, the road back isn't a sprint. It's a marathon uphill.
Get her a Harold's Chicken membership. Mild sauce. Give Caitlin Clark all the mild sauce she want. She running Chicago, the queen of the rack. The biggest Barbie.
This isn't hype. This is disruption. Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA. She detonated it from the inside. 6 months ago, the Indiana Fever were invisible. A team that could barely fill half their arena. Now, every game is standing room only. Home or away, Clark is a traveling circus of revenue. Jersey sales, up over 1,000%. League attendance, she accounts for a jaw-dropping third of it. When she's playing, the building roars. When she's not, it's a ghost town. And the digital footprint? 800 million views in 90 days, more than the NBA, more than the NFL. This is more than a player. This is a one-woman economic engine. And next to that machine, Angel Reese's numbers just don't stack. Chicago Sky's attendance is decent, but Caitlin's bringing in 5,000 more fans per game. Brands see this, and they follow the money trail. That's why Clark's starring in national ads, while Angel's dealing with rumors about overpriced sneakers. Ice Cube's $15 million ownership offer, a docuseries, the works, all aimed at Clark. When she said no, they didn't pivot to Reese. They shut the book and moved on. Because in business, close enough doesn't get you the deal. And Caitlin isn't just closing deals, she's writing the terms. If you think this rivalry is over, hit that subscribe button. The next act might just shatter women's basketball history.
What about Angel Reese? Would you think she could ball out? You know, she's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah, she's a great player. You know, the thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
You know, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that. I don't know if we can make that same offer.
I see. So, maybe an adjusted amount.
I think we can make that same offer because it won't have the same impact to the.
This is what free fall looks like in real time. Angel Reese went from endorsements and viral fame to empty inboxes and fading headlines in a matter of months. The transition from college to pro ball is unforgiving, and the WNBA doesn't award points for attitude. Her entire brand was built on swagger, noise, and a little bit of chaos. But chaos is exactly what corporate America won't touch. When even Ice Cube, a man who built his fortune on raw controversy, says you're too risky, you're not just in trouble, you're radioactive. Reese tried to soften her image, posting about growth, community, and gratitude. But receipts don't vanish. The clapbacks, the rival taunts, the smug post-game smiles, they've all been clipped, saved, and replayed as evidence. For brands, unpredictability is a deal breaker. And while her fans shout about double standards, Ice Cube just sits back with his calculator, running the numbers. The ugly truth? Reese wasn't sabotaged. She was overestimated, and the market corrected itself fast. She didn't just lose a payday. She lost bargaining power. And once that's gone, you're no longer a player negotiating the terms. You're the one praying for an offer.
Caitlin Clark. This was posted by Yahoo Sports. Ice Cube said Big Three doesn't have $5 million for Angel Reese like it did for Caitlin Clark. This is what Ice Cube had to say. This is directly from Cube himself.
And then the market turned the page. Without even reading her name, Angel Reese didn't just fail to get the Big Three deal. She was never seriously in the running. Cube's decision wasn't emotional. It was surgical. He saw Caitlin Clark's numbers, her spotless image, her ability to pull in crowds without a single feud, and decided quiet dominance beats noisy drama every single time. Reese thought trending meant winning, but while she was trading shots online, Clark was stacking milestones and locking down million-dollar deals. The offers for Angel didn't stop in a dramatic meltdown. They evaporated quietly, like sponsors didn't even remember they'd called. This wasn't a rivalry anymore. It was a divergence. Clark is on billboards. Reese is watching the lights fade. And the scariest part? The game doesn't wait. It moves on without mercy. The real question isn't whether Reese was misunderstood. It's whether she can reinvent herself before the door slams shut. The court of public opinion is open, and the jury is restless. Drop your verdict in the comments, because this saga, it's far from over.